Golden Bread and Lewis Dairy Milk.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
All right, good morning. Get ready to jump on our Facebook Live this morning.
Hi, good morning.
A lot of stuff going on. This coming from the New York Post. Florida man gets 20 years in prison for cutting off of his wife's lover. Okay.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Yes, well, hey, I didn't say it. I said cutting off of his wife's lover. The Florida man will spend 2 decades behind bars for pulling a gun on his wife's lover and cutting off with a pair of scissors. Alex Bonilla,
I can't even.
51, was ordered to spend 20 years in prison for the July 19th attack at the home in Bell. As reported Wednesday, Bonilla allegedly barged into his neighbor's home where he proceeded to threaten the man with a handgun and a metal pipe. He forced the man into the bedroom, tied him up before he forcefully cut off with a pair of scissors. The married father allegedly told the man, "This is normal. You will not die today." The smoking gun reported. Bonilla then took the severed and ran across the street to his own home.
No. He took it with him?
Yeah. The grisly attack came 2 months after Bonilla had discovered the man was cheating with his wife. Bonilla pleaded no contest last month to charges of kidnapping, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. In addition to the 20-year prison sentence, Bonilla has been ordered to pay more than $251,000. And that's the story.
Oh my gosh. No. This is terrible. So he has to serve 20 years in prison for that.
Now, I'm just going to look. I'm going to ask you.
Do we know any details if they got it back? Was he able to have emergency surgery?
No more details, but I do have a serious question.
And is he were they able to repair it?
I don't know. But I do have a serious, for real. Like, his wife was cheating on him. He went over there. He tied him up.
You mean if he was in some kind of rage and went into some...
Yeah, well, his wife was cheating on him. So let me ask you this. Do you at all, any kind of, obviously, don't support violence, don't support, what he did, whatever. But does a part of you feel like maybe he shouldn't have gotten 20 years? Does a part of you kind of feel for the guy a little bit?
No.
Or no sympathy?
No.
None.
No.
None.
I don't have it. It didn't come to me right away oh, man, he got 20 years. Oh, for cutting off somebody's beep. Oh, he should.
No, obviously we don't support that. We don't want that, whatever.
Oh, he shouldn't have got that. He should have only had 5 or 10. No, none of that came to my mind.
None?
No.
None. None.
No.
I'm just asking.
No. That's
No, none.
No, that's
okay,
one of the worst things.
No, I know.
One of the worst things that can be done to someone.
I know.
So.
Moving on. Tales of Cuomo.
Oh, my gosh. What
Tales of Cuomo.
What now?
Governor Cuomo created a toxic work environment that dates back at least to his time as state's attorney general. According to the New York Post, it includes rages that could last for days, former aides and associates said yesterday. Cuomo once chewed out an aide so harshly that he made her cry. A source familiar with the incident, man, they are just tearing him up.
They are.
They are just really just tearing him up. Young people work for him thinking they'll rise up. Older people are stuck because they need a job and benefits. Back when he was AG from 2007 to 2010, Cuomo viciously teed off on a veteran state police investigator in the 60s who accidentally mispronounced his name.
Oh, boy.
He said Como.
Oh, gosh.
What's my name?
Are you believing all this stuff
Cuomo
that comes
thundered
out about him?
In front of a group of people. How do you pronounce it? Spell it. End quote. In addition to berating the cop, Cuomo transferred him out of there.
Gosh.
Because he mispronounced his name. In 2018, gubernatorial re-election campaign, an insider recalled Cuomo apparently became livid just because his Republican challenger suddenly appeared at Manhattan's Columbus Day parade and shook his hand. Then he went off. He stormed off, pissed off. Meanwhile, let's see. A recent allegation by Ron Kim, a Democrat from Queens, said that Cuomo threatened to destroy him. It isn't the first time that the governor, engaged in some sort of intimidation, according to a source. About 5 years ago, sources said he heard Cuomo bellowing into his phone, "I will destroy you." So, I don't know. Tales of Cuomo.
I think that
493. I just got in the car. What did I miss?
Yeah, I think that some of this stuff that is coming out about him, or people are now, giving us the scoop and the behind the scenes, I do believe some of it.
Yeah.
Even
if it's not all accurate,
right,
there's something to it.
Parts of
it's not 100% fake
true,
either.
Right.
Yeah. I think that as far as the women, yes, he might have made advances. He may have done this and that.
Like flirty behavior.
Yeah, but I also feel, and I'm not saying that he's innocent. I'm not saying that. So stop saying, "Oh, Bill, you're taking up for him." I'm not. But part of me also, that old school humor, like that old school, the way that your grandfather was, kind of flirting with the girls.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Kind of, he's like that old school. I don't even know.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying,
And for him to come out and say,
I'm just saying my thoughts.
Apologize. I'm sorry if you took it, inappropriately or the wrong way. Even at some of his press conferences, he does make comments, or like he says, jokes and things to be funny to kind of, he is with that position that he holds. So I don't know.
We'll keep following the story.
What's going to happen with this?
We'll keep
right now,
following the
he
story.
says that he's not going to resign, but I don't know what's going to happen. Is this going to continue on? Are we going to continue to keep hearing more things?
Connecticut is up next.
What?
Connecticut will lift all coronavirus-related capacity limits on restaurants and other businesses in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So we going?
Governor Ned
going
Lamont announced on Thursday. So, and look, again.
How are we going to Connecticut?
Again, everyone is tripping. Not everyone. A lot of people are jumping for joy. But people are having a fit. I don't mind continuing with masks and encouraging social distancing and all that. But the capacity is what gets me. Mm-hmm. Let people live. We have our hands on a vaccine, on tons of vaccines now. Mm-hmm. Medicines, numbers are going down. We can live our life and again be safe. Now more than ever. We don't need capacity limits from the government. If restaurants want to do extra, fine. If we want to continue the mask, great. We can do it with masks and encouraging social distancing, etc. And then people make their own decision. It's called self-responsibility. We don't need to say you're not allowed to have this many people in your own business. Mm-hmm. That's what I don't agree with.
Right.
We've gotten too comfortable with these restrictions because if you allow this, what's going to happen next? Mm-hmm. So I'm okay with everything else in place except for the restrictions.
Right.
Except for the capacity. Let restaurants open up and make money. And
owners say, yes, we are open. It's full capacity, but please wear a mask. Fine.
That's fine.
Right.
Good. Look, I'm even okay with the state still saying you got to wear a mask inside. I'm okay with that. But don't tell these businesses they can't have 100% of people in there.
A certain amount
They've worked their whole life for. They can't make the rent pay or the mortgage.
Yeah.
All of it. The stadiums, inside, whatever. You don't want to go, don't go.
Yep.
I'm okay with just wear a mask. Okay, fine.
It's been a year now, right?
Yeah, now it's time. But yeah, Connecticut will lift all coronavirus-related capacity restrictions on restaurants and other businesses in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm with it. The Nutmeg State is joining several others that have recently eased lockdown restrictions. I think Connecticut has earned it. The Democratic governor said, starting on March 19th, Connecticut's retail stores, houses of worship, gyms, hair salons, and other sources will be allowed to operate 100%.
Good.
Other changes include sports being allowed to resume, indoor stadiums reopening, And 10% starting April 2nd. Okay, so they're still doing the sports and the groups, I guess the crowds is what they're still controlling. But the businesses,
restaurants, businesses, retail stores.
Yeah. Okay, good.
All right. It's something.
Carney, Hogan, you're on the clock. Okay? So, I'm just saying. Jess, you have a couple stories real quick.
A couple stories here locally. Salisbury police have charged a man with 3 counts of indecent exposure after allegedly flashing 3 women and fleeing on a skateboard from at least one of those incidents. The Salisbury Police Department says that last Friday, 21-year-old Amon Walston allegedly approached a woman in her car at the 2-hour parking lot in downtown Salisbury. Police say that the victim alleges that Walston exposed his genitals to the victim after speaking with her briefly. Then, this Monday, police were called out to 2 separate occasions of a man exposing himself to women. Parking lot attendants at the downtown lot began showing people a screenshot of the surveillance footage, allegedly of Walston with a skateboard in his hand. Police say that no injuries were reported by any of the victims. An application of charges were submitted to the district court commissioner's office, where they issued a summons for Walston. And then last night, the Salisbury police served Walston with a criminal summons. So there you go. They know who was exposing themselves to these women. And also in Salisbury, police in Salisbury are investigating a crash. And this is sad. It left one woman dead. Police say that Thursday night around 8:45, 30-year-old Alexandra Elizabeth Wolf was hit and killed while crossing Ruark Drive and Route 13. Police say that it's still unclear why Wolf was crossing the street while traffic was moving through, but a witness told them that she walked directly in front of oncoming traffic. The driver of the car that struck the woman was identified as Heather Miller of Princess Anne, but police say that impairment or speed is not believed to be any factors in this crash.
Sad. Yeah, very sad. Thoughts and prayers. 493, I want to know who got 20 years. The man whose wife was cheating on him with the neighbor. He ran across and cut off his...
Ugh. Oh, my gosh.
That's who got 20 years. 344.
That's crazy.
I believe Cuomo has an old school mentality. I mean, again, not excusing any kind of making people feel uncomfortable, whatever. But I'm telling you, you know how your grandfather... we'll say at the barbecue, hey, baby, come on over, sit on this lap. Man, you looking good. Look at them legs.
Oh, gosh. Not pop up at the barbecue.
That's what I'm saying. Just that innocent joke. That old joke. You know what I'm saying? Sports up next. Good morning.